Hey guys, and welcome to Petrol Ped and welcome to this week's Midweek 180. Now, apologies for not putting a Midweek 180 out last Wednesday. I was actually traveling to Paris for a shoot I was doing with Dacia, which is the Dacia Hipster. Now, I'm sure many of you will have watched that video by now. I put it out on Monday morning. It is my most successful video I've ever done. It did 127,000 views in the first 24 hours. It's now nearly 270,000 views after just 48 hours. It's absolutely flying. And the comments are overwhelmingly positive for the little concept car from Dacia, a really clever bit of design. If you've not seen the video before, please head over and give it a watch. But yes, I thought I might be able to film something in Paris, but in the end didn't have time, so I just didn't put something out. But if you've not seen one of these before, this is my midweek update where I bring you my news, views and information about upcoming reviews, all filmed in one take. Now, the housekeeping from the last Midweek 180 2 weeks ago, leader of the pack was Michael Kember, well done mate, joined in the Magnificent Seven by Paul Mead, Malcolm Brew, Kevin DG7, Jake Warren, Sam3268 and Gary Matthews. So whoever was the first comment this week, you'll be my leader of the pack next week, and the first 7 comments will be in my Magnificent 7. F1 news. McLaren are the 2025 World Constructors Champions. They sealed it at the weekend. Super chuffed for them. That's back-to-back Constructors Championships. And I know for all the teams, that's the one they really want to get because it's the one that leads to money, basically. It gives them a good chunk of their budget for next year. Lando did better than Oscar, so clawed a few points back, but really didn't claw enough back. Clearly there was a little bit of a coming together at the beginning, which Oscar wasn't very pleased about. And I think it was a racing incident. That is my view. Whether I'm a Lando fan or an Oscar fan, I don't think it's really that relevant. If you look at it, Lando basically went for a gap, clipped Max, that unsettled the car, pushed him over to the right, just made contact with Oscar. It's just one of those things. And I think we get into the realms of, if we're not too careful, we don't let the drivers race because we're so scared about either getting, penalties or whatever. It's just a racing incident. But it's close. I still think Oscar's going to get it. Much as I want Lando to, Oscar, I think, really needs a DNF for Lando to have any chance at all. But the thing I want to talk about this week from a motor racing point of view is some news that I saw come out just yesterday, and that is that Porsche have announced that they are going to be quitting the World Endurance Championships in 2026. That means no factory Porsche racing at Le Mans next year. And I just think that is tragic. It's clearly a money or cost-cutting exercise. They're staying in the American IMSA series, and they're staying in Formula E, which is a bit weird, really, because if the thing I talked about in the last Midweek 180 was the whole Porsche kind of railing back on their all-electric plans and pushing out combustion cars a little bit more and adjusting their strategy, and yet 2 weeks later, we're talking about them getting rid of the race series that is the Halo race series for them. And I think one of the most relevant race series for manufacturers, road car manufacturers, and the hypercar class at the moment is just so competitive and such a fantastic race series. Yet they're continuing on with Formula E, and I know, because I've done some stuff with Formula E as well, the manufacturers really like Formula E because that is definitely a kind of race on Sunday, drive to work on Monday. They take a lot of the a lot of the R&D learnings from the Formula E racing into their road car program. So I kind of get that in one respect, but I just think it's tragic. And the history Porsche have at Le Mans is just immense. And for them not to be there next year. And I don't know whether that's because Ferrari have won the last couple of years and they haven't kind of managed to dominate Le Mans as they have done in the past. I don't know. I'd love to know your thoughts, but I just think it's a very, very sad day. Now, it may well be that there are some privateer or customer teams racing Porsches at Le Mans. So it's not necessarily the case there won't be any Porsches in the hypercar class at Le Mans. The challenge is, I believe the rules in hypercar mean you have to race 2 cars. And clearly the financial implications of that are significant. So a lot of privateers that currently, they might not be able to do that. So let's see. Let's see, but really, really sad news. New car news this week. Well, it's not really a new car, but it's had a bit of an uplift in style and performance, and that is the Aston Martin DB12S. So the DB12 has now joined the ranks of the DBX S and the Vantage S. So S is always Aston Martin's kind of beef up in horsepower and trim spec. So the DB12S now has 700 horsepower and 800 Newton meters of torque, 0 to 60 in 3.4 seconds. So a very, very rapid car. And I have to say, it's got the best exhaust pipes I've seen for a long time. Absolutely fantastic looking things. So yeah, I like the looks of the DB12. I think Aston's car range at the moment is very pretty. I do worry about the kind of entry-level Aston. They're just, even the base price ones, the lowest ones are silly money. I think even an entry-level Vantage is not that far off of a couple of £100,000 nowadays, and well north of 600 horsepower. It's nuts, really. Then a few things about my plans. So I've got a BMW X5 on test this week, which I'm very impressed with. Actually, I've not spent any time in a BMW X5. It's the plug-in hybrid variant, and so far so good. I am off to Morocco on Friday with Dacia for the last round of the Rally Raid Championship. So that's the kind of the race series that Dakar is part of. Now, earlier this year, I went out to Spain to meet up with the Dacia Sand Riders and went out in their Dakar car with Nasser Al-Attiyah, and just unbelievable. That video did really, really badly, actually. I'll put a link above. Go and watch it now, because it was amazing to get so close to the team. But we're going to basically be almost embedded with the team over the weekend for the last round, and it is super close. Nasser is currently leading the championship by just 9 points from the next car, the lead Toyota, and actually only 10 points from the third place car. So it's a really close race. Ideally, he needs to win, and it would be great, because Sebastian Loeb is driving as well, for them to get a decent score, maybe first and second, or both Dacias on the podium. That would be brilliant. But I can't wait. I was lucky enough when I was in Spain to get to spend some time with the engineers and the mechanics. I saw the chief mechanic Stretch at Carfest, and I can't wait to just be with the team. There's something very special about the Dakar cars and the way that they have bivouacs and prepare the cars and stuff. So I'll do my best to try and capture that on video and bring a video to you sometime next week, hopefully. But I'm very, very excited about that. And then this Friday's video at 6, I actually filmed this last week. It's a bit old school, but it's cool old school. I'm driving a 1967 Lola T70 Can-Am car on the road. It's road legal, with my good friend Oliver from Le Mans Coupes. Now, in the past, Oliver's got me behind the wheel of a GT40, a Cobra, a Hyper Racer, the Spartan. We've driven some amazing cars together, but nothing comes close to this Lola T70. Straight piped V8 Can-Am car on the road. I'll tell you now, I was pretty intimidated by it. Some 400 horsepower. It weighs between 800 and 900 kilos. Very tricky to kind of, the gearbox, I found it really easy on the way up, but not so great on the way down. But hopefully you'll enjoy the video. I'm just finishing off the edit today. It's really something else. So please tune in and watch that one. But anyway, I'll stop rambling on. I hope you are all doing well, but if you enjoyed that one, please give me a thumbs up. Comments below are always welcome, and if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to Petrol Ped for plenty more content to come, and I'll see you on the next film. You take care, guys. Drive safe.